Hello everyone, thank you for joining me. Cindy here from C3 Planning with a Plan With Me video. I am going to be using my horizontal Erin Condren, and we are planning for the week of February 15th. I am going to be using one of my new sets that I have in the shop, and it is called the Sea of Hearts. And I did make some changes. I did announce in my release video earlier this weekend that I made some major changes to the horizontal sets so that they would work for me. The biggest change is the size of the headers and the fact that I went with full boxes, so you can get 3 full boxes across the entire strip. So now that's kind of how I feel like I want to run with this. Now, it may change again. I don't know. It's still one of those things that I'm playing with, but I want to go ahead and let's get started so we can see how this works. I'm going to go ahead and start with my washi. And as I mentioned in my release video, I did change this a little bit because I added these long strips to go up here before I put on the bigger washi. However, it still does not cover up the holiday. So here, if we have President's Day, this strip is not long enough to cover that up, or not wide enough to cover that up. But because I took the effort to actually create the pendented washi strip, I mean, I don't want to cover it up. I mean, I like it. I want to use it. So, all right, let's move this. Now I am using the, well, this washi is always removable, but I am using matte sticker for my Plan With Me today because of the lights in my office. It makes it very difficult to see the stickers because of the glare. So I would typically prefer to have the glossy so that you could see it, but it's just too shiny. Oh, I don't need that one. And then I just got this little cover up for over here. Oh, I love this so much. These are such bright, vibrant colors. I love it. And this, you would just put this right over top of that strip that you have there. So it's designed to go right on top of it, so it's continuous. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and just finish up putting my washi strips on this side. And again, the way I'm doing them is I have 2 of each pattern, and I'm going to put I'm going to have them side to side, if that makes any sense. All right, so just lay this guy down. Okay, go with the next pattern. Hopefully you can see that. These, I was kind of feeling a little overwhelmed with all the pink that February had, and I wanted something a little bright and cheerful. And you know, this time of year, everyone kind of gets a little down in the dumps because there's not as much sunshine and it's cold. I mean, I think it's actually like 20 degrees here today, and it is cold. I mean, it is cold, cold, cold. So I wanted something fun and bright and vibrant, but you know, it's still, this was actually supposed to have hearts in it, but you can't see the hearts. But it's okay. I don't mind not having my entire month full of hearts. There are other heart elements in this set, so I'm not worried about it not showing up on my washi strip. Okay, so there's that little strip there, and then I'll go back and I'll add my pennant washi. And I did make this long enough so that you could actually put it all the way over here. And again, I'm just lining it up with the top edge, and then that covers over the bottom. Okay, and then we'll add our other piece. Sometimes it's kind of hard to see them. All right, so there's that, and then we'll go back in with the rest of our washi strips. And then you actually have this whole piece here that if you're crafty enough, you could probably find some sort of use with it. Don't let it go to waste. I'm sure you can find something to do with it. Okay, get this guy down. And we're moving right along. So I'm hoping that this new setup will actually flow a little bit better for me. I liked having the space to write. That's one of the things that I wish I had more of in the vertical. So I'm hoping that the way that I have this laid out, that that I'll get the luxury of having some extra space to write on. And I don't like when my ink runs through, so that's why I went with the full boxes. But you know, if you use the right pen, then you don't really have to worry about it going through. But if you use the heavier inks, then it kind of bleeds through the paper because this paper is kind of thin. So that's kind of why I went with a full box idea, and figured that that way I could write right on the box and not have to worry about it bleeding through. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is really just start laying down our boxes and then our headers. So what I'm going to do is start with, I'll just start right here with these days over here. So just line that box up in the corner. And try and keep my big hands out of the way. And I did not put that on straight at all. I tell you, it's a lot harder to do this on camera than it is when you're just... I mean, it's hard enough to do it when you don't have a camera. And of course that all came off and I didn't want it to. I even had things to line it up with and I can't even get it lined up. I can't be the only one that does that. Sometimes it's not bad enough that it bothers me, but sometimes it is. All right, so, and I like that these are whited out or grayed out so that I can write on them and the pattern doesn't distract from what I'm writing. That was one of the other things that I noticed on the on last week's plan with the full boxes, because you know I didn't have the whited out versions on there, and so it was, you know, on darker patterns is really where it would be an issue. These are light enough that it probably wouldn't matter, but okay, so you got those, and I'm going to go in with my headers, and I'm going to add my personal over here. Try and keep this to a minimum so it's not 5 hours long. And these will line right up on top. I love it. That's what I wanted. It's seamless. And this, you know, this section for me is really just things that I need to be reminded about in the event that I don't have my other planner in front of me. So these are just kind of important things. So if I know that I'm down in my office working, I can look over and I know what time my daughter has practice, or if if there's a certain specific event that's going on that I need to be aware of, that kind of thing. So, all right, so there is that section, and what I'll do is I will just go ahead and keep going here, and we can finish this up. Now, these boxes are not grayed out, and so that's what I've got 7 boxes that are just solid color, and then I have 7 boxes that are patterned. The idea behind these is that I'm going to use just the solid pattern ones for my to-dos. And then I am going to go ahead and, so then this will just line up right next to that box. And then what I would do is I would put my my to-do header on top of that. And you could probably do this before you even put the sticker down. Okay, so that lines up. It kind of looks like cotton candy. And then I'm going to then put my to-do checklist here. And it may seem like overkill, but I like having my little checklists, and that is actually not on there straight. So that would be the only issue, is that if you don't put it on straight, it's kind of stuck. So the glossy is really bad with pulling up the ink when you do that. So the nice thing is, the alternative is that you could just not use this full box, and you can still just put those down because they match, you know, they match nicely like that. Okay, and then I'm going to put the decorative one next to it. So I think that I'm going to use this pattern. Okay, and then you have a full, and again, it's almost a no white space look, and then you would put your header on top. And the reason I did it this way is because not everybody uses headers, so I wanted to give the ability, functionality to do both. So that is kind of where I was thinking on that. Now, what I'm going to end up doing on here for today is, this is kind of where I might put my icon sticker. So if I'm going to be cleaning my office that day, then I would put my my decorative function stickers type things in there. So, and then here would be the list of items that I need to actually, that I need to write out. So that's how I was kind of organizing my thought process there. Okay, and then I'm going to go with, actually with this turquoise, because it's this turquoise is here in the red, and I am just not lining these up very well. I keep kind of going over the bottom line there. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then I think I'm going to go with this chevron. I like the way that this feels. It just feels better. And I might actually start using this and say, oh, I hate it. Let's hope that that's not what's going to happen, but you never know. All right, and now I'm going to go in with a red. And I like these two. These are light enough that I can actually write on top of them with my black marker or my black pen, and I can still see them. Now I am just way off on this. Okay, and then I'll go in with my decorative. I think I'm going to put hearts here. I'm not used to the whole the whole no white space. This is going to be interesting to see how this flows for me, and if it gets overwhelming. Sometimes I feel like it's too decorated. Okay. Although I guess it can't be too decorated. I love these colors together. I wanted something that you wouldn't normally see, and so I was really trying to think outside of the box in terms of color matching. And so I love this combination of colors. Get that on there. So that's the only thing I could see as a problem, is that if they're not going on right, that when you pick them up, that they're going to pull on the glossy paper. That would be the only, again, this is the removable paper that I'm using right now just because of the lights. So that might have to be something that we rethink as well. I'll have to test it out and see, because I'm thinking now that that's going to be a big issue. But I can show you here real quick. You know, you put your checklist down. You do the same thing. You just line that up with the box next to it, and then you would just line your header up above it. So you still have the same. I think that works just as well, actually. So I'm going to do both, and then we can figure it out, because then you end up with 7 extra boxes that you may or may not use, so you can kind of go back and forth with doing that. And then these are today's. I don't mean to be so rambly. That's kind of the whole purpose of these, right? Is to kind of, you talk through the process, and you kind of experience what, through trial and error, what works and what doesn't work. I'm kind of really liking this whole feel of it being completely covered. I didn't think I was going to like it. So that's something new for me. And you know what I'm going to do, since I didn't put a box there, I am going to put this guy right here. My washi's a little off of there. Okay, so then I would put my today on there. So that might be even nice too. I kind of like the feel of that now, because then I wouldn't have to worry about not being able to stick it down right the first time. So I'm going to do the second half that way. Okay, so now we'll go back in with our half boxes. What did I finish with? I did 1, 2, 3. All right, so I need to do a full, a pink. And then we'll go in with this patterned one. What do you think of this color combination? Do you like this color combination? With the turquoise and the pink and red. I'm feeling like it feels a little bit more summery. Not really so much a February color scheme, but I really I'm liking it a lot. I seem to be out of, oh no, it's over here. Like, I seem to be out of personal stickers, which is odd because I made sure that I had 7 of each. Okay. What color schemes would you like to see? How about that? We could kind of maybe do a little challenge and see what kind of different color scenarios we can come up with. Pink is one of my favorite colors, and I love blues and greens. Now, I think most of the March kits are actually going to be blue, green, and yellow, and I think one of them, I have to go back and look. One of them actually has like a purple, so it's not pink, but it's kind of that color that I love. I got to get that in there somehow. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with my final 3 checklists. So leave something in the comments below. Tell me some color schemes that you'd like to see. Because obviously these are things that I'm creating for me in hopes that you guys will like them as well. But I would love to, you know, I would love to see for future kits what, you know, maybe some other colors and ideas that you guys would like. Okay, so there's that, and then I'll put in my to-dos. And I have just a few more minutes before my camera is going to die. So I'm going to have to hustle through this. So if the camera dies, I apologize. Pay attention more and talk less. Okay, and this one is quicker. You can see the bubble. Okay, there we go. And then, what did I do? I think I'll alternate my weekends. Although I have class, I'm doing a class on Saturday and then I have a swap on Sunday. So I do actually want to put those here so that I can write on top of them. Just line that up with the top. And then I will put a decorative one on. I'm going to put this fun circle one up here. And almost done. Okay. Get my today's. And you don't necessarily even need to put these on there if you didn't want to. I just love the way that these look together. Oops, that's upside down. I should have called this cotton candy because the pink and the blues just remind me of cotton candy. Okay, and then we have our pieces to put down at the bottom. So my importance this week. And then we have next week. And to clean. Oh, that's way crooked. There we go. And of course I got a wrinkle in there. Okay. Wow. Oh, and I didn't even put my weekend banner in yet. I'm just overwhelmed by the okay, and then I'm just going to put this. I don't want the other colors peeking through. So I'm just going to put that right there. Oh, I wonder if I could have put that over on the side. Let's see what that looks like over here. So see, I plan and play around so that you guys can see how it works. I could have just put it right over here. I don't know. I don't think I love it there, but I don't hate it. I think I'm actually going to move it back over to the other spot. I liked it better over there. Oh, and I ripped it. So guess what? It's going to stay right there. That decided it for us, didn't it? There it goes. All right. So there is my plan with me for my horizontal. I still have, so I still have 1, 2, 3, 4 of my full boxes left. again, if I didn't use them here, then I would have had 7 left. So if you think about it, then you're getting an extra sheet of full boxes that you could use. And they could be cut down to be used in other planners if that's what you'd like to do. But so that is just the layout portion for this coming week. And I will post on Instagram pictures of midweek and end of the week. So if you'd like to check me out on Instagram, I'm at C3Planning, and I would love to have you follow me. So head on over to my shop. Remember that we've got the flash giveaway going on this weekend up until midnight on February 14th using Flash 25 for 25% off the entire store. So thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and leave me a comment. See you soon.